Welcome to your first module on leadership, how to be the best leader you can be. We have 3 areas to cover in 7 minutes today. 1. How people judge you by what you do. 2. What makes a good leader great. And 3. Understand yourself with DISC. People judge your leadership ability on what you do. You've probably heard the expression, don't judge a book by its cover. It may be true, but as a leader, you are always being judged by your cover, your behaviour. You may already be in a leadership position, or you're aspiring to be in one. Old styles of leadership demanded it was up to employees to bend to the will of the leader, not so anymore. Leaders are the people in the organisations who don't always have the label. They are the people others look up to. Think back in your working life. Can you identify people who had the badge but not the support of others? It's not the title or the position that will make you a better leader. It's how you behave in good and bad times. Do you know how your behaviour affects those around you? If you had to gauge your level of self-awareness of how you come across all day to everyone in the workplace, where would you place yourself? Using a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being low and 10 being very high all the time, where do you sit? Think about yourself when you are at your very best. What adjectives come to mind? And what about the days when something ticks you off? How would you describe yourself then? To be a great leader, you need to be aware of your behaviour in all situations, what makes you tick and what ticks you off, and know how it affects those around you. Thinking back to the number you gave yourself earlier, how do you know if what you think is true is true? Unless you have a film crew follow you around for the past 6 months, filming your every move and every interaction, and you've scrutinised the footage, your actual self-awareness is more likely to be a 5, and when you're not at your best, it's probably at a 2 or a 3. So what makes a good leader great? Yes, you need the business acumen and strategic smarts to put you in a position to begin with. There's been a growing body of research over the past few years that categorically correlates a great leader with demonstrably high emotional intelligence. Part of emotional intelligence is how you react to situations and people, your behaviour. When you think of all the people you work with, do you really like everyone? The reality is likely no, you don't. Some people you connect with much easier than others, and this is human. Some people you click with, and you may wonder, why isn't everyone like this person? Looking deeper and you'll see this person is probably just like you. You'll understand him or her because you think alike. You may approach decision making the same way. You may be on the same wavelength as each other when it comes to preparing for an important presentation. Yet there are some other people who are seemingly opposite to you, who do things so differently to you that it can sometimes feel like they are deliberately trying to tick you off. An article in the Harvard Business Review titled "The Leadership Behaviour That Most Important to Employees" cites being respectful to everyone as a key differentiator. Leaders know what makes these people tick and what ticks them off, and great leaders embrace the differences. They respect and value the strengths each person has and capitalises on them to meet and exceed goals. When people are respected, engagement levels are high. And without high engagement from your people, it doesn't matter how strategically smart and savvy you are in your thinking, you simply won't be able to achieve the results you and your business want. Understand yourself with DISC. If you're wondering how can I get a true understanding of myself without going to the expense of employing a film crew, your company has an option for you. Using highly validated, robust and scientifically valid psychometric assessments will give you the information you're looking for in less than 15 minutes. Since 1981, over 32 million people globally have taken the Thomas PPA, Personal Profile Analysis Assessment. This assessment looks at your workplace behaviours. It's not a personality assessment, although there are elements of your personality in your work behaviours. Around 75% of people display different behaviours in the workplace than they do at home. For example, you could be as nice as anything all day in the office and then go home and kick the cat. The Thomas PPA is based on the theory of behaviour developed by William Moulton Marston in the 1920s. His theory was we all choose how we respond to our environment depending on how we view it in the first place. The 4-quadrant theory has an axis of environment which runs from hostile to friendly, and how we respond runs across it from active to passive. Each quadrant has a name, where DISC theory comes from. People with dominance as a behavioural preference engage the world through force of their personality, through force of character. People with influence as a behavioural preference engage the world through the force of their personality and using their emotion. People with steadiness have a preference for engaging the world through their experience. And people with compliance like to engage the world through knowledge. We can all express all these types of behaviours, yet like a rubber band, we will have a preference. We will behaviourally fit some cultures and companies better than others, and knowing our strengths and challenges as leaders, we can learn how to be better. The Thomas PPA assesses your response to 24 sets of words and gives you an accurate perspective of your workplace preferences, how and if you're modifying your behaviour in the workplace, and your likely behaviour under pressure. Remember the exercise where you had to think of how to describe yourself? This assessment will let you know how accurate you really were, and it's the gateway knowledge to being the best version of yourself. To find out for yourself your workplace behaviour, click the link at the end of this video. Thank you.